Okay, just an update for the front bumper. The front bumper's off again, and what I've decided to do is on this one here, this one I showed on the video before, it's separated here. So what I decided to do was drill right through this bumper stop here, or the impact rubber, because that's what it's basically doing. It's only I guess up to 5 to 10 miles an hour before it would damage this bracket here, which is on the main chassis. So the idea was to allow it to give. So what I've actually done is I've actually drilled right the way through on a 10 mil and gone right through into the bumper as well, and tapped out the bumper. So with the I got these I couldn't find 8mm countersunks, so what I wanted to do was actually put 8mm countersunks on, so if this compresses it'll actually push through onto the through the bumper. So that's the idea. So these are mild steel, so if there's some sort of impact like that, she will give a bit. Anything higher speed than that, even if it's on that side, it's still going to damage the chassis. So not that I plan to have in excess of 5mm, but the brakes are so bad. But this will actually get it on. Now, the reason why I want to use countersunks is because the length of these screws aren't that long to get through here, so I should, but by using these sort of button effect, I can still use this and hopefully get some good purchase on the nuts, securing nuts that attach this to here. So apart from, I did use some bolts originally, but these I deemed these were too high to get into the well, yeah, as you can see the height of that probably wouldn't have been enough to get enough purchase on the nuts, so as this is got quite a few more mil on that. So I'm just going to suck it and see. So yeah, it's one thing I did notice was the back plate securing to the actual bumper, these bolts and nuts here on the left hand, was the driver's side, which is the off side. If you compare that to this side, the actual screw threads on this are a lot longer. Why that is, I have no idea. Why they would put longer thread bolts on here, I'm not sure, but these do allow you to slide it this way, make some adjustments. So what I did before drilling, I actually measured everything up here, and there was witness marks of the actual outline of this below, so I could actually have confidence in the drilling. So that's so she's pretty tight there, so she's gonna stay on. And yeah, one of the things with the TR7s I do notice is that on people's cars, on the side where the bumper goes on and you can see the black plastic, the bumper tends to either sit down or sit up at an angle. What I'd like to see is when I put mine on, it's going to be nice and straight. Again, here it looks as if it's had a bit of well, it's corrosion there a bit. I probably can clean that up actually, but I want to try. It's not a big mean feat to get the bumper on and give it a try. So, you know, it's only six nuts to take off with the associated washers to actually get it all back on again. And yeah, but I have to actually modify the new plastic bumper I've got, so that would be the next thing to do after this, I think. Let's get this back on and yeah, let's see how she fits. If not, I'll have to go and see if I can find it's Sunday today, and see if I can get a specialist. There's a company called Cofast which are very helpful indeed, and they'll sell you onesie twosies. If it's all failed, I'll actually take these out and put in, I'm sure I'll be able to get countersunks from them, drill this plate out and countersunk this to get some more purchase for these standoffs here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to get this back on and see how it lines up. and then onto the plastic covers. I've actually wellied some grease into the pivot point here, which goes onto this bar, so she's not going to fall off anytime soon, but I'll see how she goes. Alright, and I'll probably do another shot once the bumper's back on. Okay, laters. Bye now. Okay, back at the 7, just a brief update. Bumper's back on. She bolted on quite nicely. She's on there really nice and tight. And, yep, looking at the side profile, she looks quite straight there, along with the trim, the centre black trim, which has been sort of pop riveted on with those white plastic inserts, you can see. And if I go to the other side, excuse me, not too bad either though, in terms of she's looking quite level. So what about the fitment of it? How does it look? Now, what I have noticed on here, I'm not sure if anybody else will see this, there's a join, welding joint, just slightly offset of centre here. I'm not sure why it's not dead centre. Maybe because of that the insert where the pivot point resides, so they had to offset the actual join in the main girder. Now, in terms of alignment and fitting, I couldn't have asked for any better, to be honest, because if I take a reference point, say from the edge of the, because I would suspect that those orifices there are symmetrical. You would think they would be. That doesn't look as if it's, that looks like more on a curve than that one. I don't know, it could be just the way I'm looking at it, but it certainly does. It does look to curve. If I look down at the top of it and go there, or right and left, it could be just it could be this, it could be the trim that's slightly off. But if I go to the edge of this and have a look, I can see, if I look down there, roughly take a rough measurement, I've got about just over 50 mil. So if I come to this side, get that pad out of the way, come to, oh, where did I screw it again? Make it, it was on the edge there, wasn't it? So if I go to the edge of the indicator orifice and come square, it's just over about 50 mil. Do the same this side. I was on the outside, so there. Let's take it square. So a slight, it's not a million miles away. So if I come to the other side, come square there, just under the 50 mil. So I'm at the mercy of this grab plate underneath of where the plastic trim sits, so it is a bit wavy, but I mean I am looking as if I'm in the ballpark there, so that's just under 5 there. And if I take a reference point from the body, inside there's a little lip, so if I go from inside the body out at right angles if I can, I'm looking about 70 to 75 mil thereabouts. Same for the other side, same part of the bodywork. Get that to that lip, try and find it with my hand. There we are. 70 is at right angles to the car, 70 to 75. Yep, so I think that is as symmetrical as I can ever get it on the first go. So the next plan is to get the plastic trim on and see if I can maintain that levelness of the corner pieces. Then I get the indicators all back in with the glands and the sealing rubbers. And yeah, it's a bit dusty. I'll probably get them out for another test drive. I did have a fettle with the carburetors. I think there was a bit of a flat spot. I don't think I mentioned that, although it wasn't a big issue. We just needed just a tiny bit of fettling, I think. And of course, not forgetting that slight oil seepage from the fuel pump. I might get to that as well at some point. Yeah, saying that, let's get out the let's drag out that sheet to see if anything has spilled away. Or no evidence of any fluids. Nope. Okay, nothing wet there. So that's all pretty good. So with that, I shall leave it there for now and take another video once I get the plastic trim back on. Thanks for watching. Bye now.